Hi, welcome to my show, KGK and Enthusiast. Today is the last episode of the season 2 of my show. Now, I have to say thank you very much for joining my show for these 2 seasons. It's been an incredible journey on this show, and from the first season to the second season so far, I have to say I have to I have to thank my countrymen and I have to thank the world for joining me and this show. And I'm going to talk about a topic today that's extremely sensitive and something, it's going to be a long video, so bear with me on this. And also, if you have joined me right now, I also have another political channel called Come into Politics, Political Times as well. So join me on that channel as well. And also, now going on, before I start the show, I want you to please put a like on my channel and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. And also, if you have something me to talk about, please put a topic you want me to talk about in the comment section. So let's start off the show. Now, few episodes ago, way back, like in the first season, we talked about how the Mitsubishi brand is dying and can it recover. Now, I infamously said that there were 4 crucial vehicles that need to do well, the Shogun and etc. Now, unfortunately, it seems like Mitsubishi are the brand that says, I give up rather than fixing. The Mitsubishi brand have announced a discontinuation of the Mitsubishi Shogun. Now, the Mitsubishi Shogun is like a legendary product of Mitsubishi. It's like this Mini. It's like this Mini here. Mini signature began with the Shogun. And as you can see, signature here. Now, you might be confused and thinking, why did I show you a picture of a Mini to signify Mitsubishi? The Mini began the success for Mini, right? Began it as a company. For Mitsubishi, the success began by the Mitsubishi Shogun. Before the Mitsubishi Shogun, Mitsubishi was known for being a budget brand, serving the budget community, and etc. But the Shogun brought a new level of consumers for the brand. The rich and the wealthy, the family man who wanted to have a luxury limousine. Let me say the same consumer bought a Range Rover may have bought a Mitsubishi Shogun. So it made Mitsubishi into a luxury brand. So it gave this reputation, gave a high-end reputation. So Mitsubishi's deathbed with the Shogun might give you an idea what I'm going to say now. It's one of those mistakes Mitsubishi continues to make, even when they know they should not. And I'm sorry to report there is no replacement being decided at this pre-existing moment for the Mitsubishi Shogun. So that means all the Shogun buyers, where are they going to go? What are they going to buy? And this is where I have this big problem with Mitsubishi, okay? I'm not a harsh critic of anyone. I believe every manufacturer have their cause and their reasons to cancel their production. But I believe if an iconic nameplate like a Mitsubishi Shogun discontinued without building a replacement, it sounds rather annoying for me in a crazy way. Because that's not how it's supposed to be done. Because if you think about it, it's not the way to do it. Because, let me put it this way. The Mitsubishi Shogun has a reputation for being one of the finest off-roaders around the world. Australian markets, Middle East, Asia, they love their Mitsubishi Shoguns. Now, in North America, the Shogun was popular for a while, known as the Montero, but it was discontinued by 2006. Thanks to Mitsubishi's block of reputation going down, the reputation was going down. But the Shogun's exit seemed to be a problem for Mitsubishi, a lot deeper than they think it is, because it's us as enthusiasts who knows the real problem with the brands. You see, you give up an iconic nameplate and then you have these people coming on your head every single year saying, when there is a new Shogun, and they have to keep saying no. And how many people you think buy off a purchase of a Shogun will stay patient and buy a Shogun? Who will stay patient? No one. That's where the people, consumers like the Jeep, Dodge Durango start getting those consumers. And also, if you're living in Asia, things like a Toyota Fortune or Toyota Prado might easily get sales, more boost, more sales as the exit of the Shogun. But the reality is far-fetched. Now, I know I'm talking about the Shogun for almost 5 minutes on this video, but the curve weight of the Shogun is so severe, it's so important, that I start to think it's often unexpected that why they ignored it like the same way. Now, Shogun is not the only one I'm concerned about the Mitsubishi brand in lineup in general. Mitsubishi have also decided to quit the European market once the production life of the existing models end. Mitsubishi will leave the European market for good, which sounds rather hefty in a crazy way. To be really fair, it sounds rather hefty. It sounds rather hefty. I mean, think about it. Mitsubishi leaves Europe. Sounds rather crazy. For me, honestly, I don't know why they are leaving Europe. I mean, they had such a good sales numbers in Europe with the Outlander. I'm also confused. When Mitsubishi is the world's best-selling plug-in hybrid, how can they say they are financially struggling? I think I came to an answer for that. I researched through Mitsubishi. I read through what they were. And do you know Mitsubishi is part of the Renault-Nissan Alliance? Yes, you heard me. The Renault-Nissan Alliance. Now, this means Gomez, the former who head all the alliance, he praised Mitsubishi as a part of a financial incentive. He thought Mitsubishi had far more market appeal in Asia than in Europe or North America. Now, look, I agree in terms of numbers, but Mitsubishi didn't rely on sales numbers in the past when it comes for making vehicles. Things like the Mitsubishi 3000 GT, they were not built for sales. They were built to build the brand up and then you sell the normal vehicles. And then you one Mitsubishi, you look at now and say, now that's exciting. Anything exciting you know? Nope, I guess you don't have. A Mitsubishi Mirage is duller than going to your grandma's house. Now, it might be rely on each other's grandparents, but I can assure you it can be a bit boring if you are a computerist. It's boring, right? And I mean, it's more boring than a Toyota Prius. I mean, look, I'm going to be straightforward and honest. The Mirage is a cheap bucket. It's not a car. It's a box with 4 wheels. That's it. And I don't know a facelift will make it better. I just simply say, stop making it. Make something a little bit more high-end, Mitsubishi. A little bit more high-end. Please. Because we're known for you making some legendary cars. The Eclipse, the 3000 GT, and the Galant, and the Sigma, and the Shoguns. And give us that piece of love to us. Because as enthusiasts, we love your brand. We have stood by you for years and we hope for something in return. Now, of course, it might sound hypocritical on that way, but I'm not. Now, the upcoming Mitsubishi Outlander is going to be based on the Nissan Rogue. I'm fine with that, but there's a problem. Is it going to be better than the Nissan? Or is it going to be worse than the Nissan? So, where does it goes? I would say it might be probably better than the Nissan, but if you look closely, they might say no, Nissan is posher, Mitsubishi is cheaper. Why should Mitsubishi be cheap and Nissan be expensive? They're both equal brands. And I don't get one thing. I don't think Mitsubishi is a good fit for the Renault-Nissan Alliance. I don't think it's a good fit. Because, let me put it this way. You have Mitsubishi and Nissan and Renault, they all three are fighting the mainstream consumer. So you got Renault attracting the European consumer, Nissan taking on the world entirely, and you got Mitsubishi doing nothing. So what Mitsubishi is doing? The alliance is a complete mismarriage to me. I can be wrong, give me your views on comment section. I think the worst mismarriage at the moment in the lineup is that Renault and Nissan have started to give Mitsubishi the finger in a certain way. They're not pushing them for change, they're not enforcing anything, and it doesn't matter how much hardware they share, because hardware you share don't sell. Now, I might be wrong, because Suzuki have rebadged the RAV4 and called it the A-Cross. But the thing is, Mitsubishi is a brand that was used to be known for a lot more things than just making a Outlander. It was known to be a legendary brand, pioneer rallying, like a blink of an eye. It achieved rallying success. It was arch rivals with Subaru. So there's no question about Mitsubishi's heritage. If again I'm going to say like in the video about Mitsubishi I made way before, if Subaru has rally heritage, why can't Mitsubishi use their rally heritage and build on that? Why they can't have a cult following like Subaru have? Subaru has one of the most loyal consumer base by any manufacturer. It's quite funny if you think about it. Yes, Subaru has one of the loyalist. And some people call Donut Media, they infamously call the Subaru's customer following more like a cult. That's how close they are in a crazy way. Now I agree with that because I've seen many people buy WRX Subarus and I've seen some WRX costing $60,000. But Why do they cost $6,000? The interior isn't even worth 60 grand. It might be worth somewhere like 20 grand interiors. And now in 2020, you can buy a Subaru WRX STI for 70 grand in Japan with customization. I don't know why people buy it. That's the part piece. It's the WRX model's name is what they offer. Now, I guess the next generation WRX will go for an engine and which shares with Toyota, which is fundamental. But Mitsubishi's problem is, where's the Evo? Where's the Shogun? Where are the successors of them? No, they don't have successors of them. Their product lines are very old. Let me give you an idea about their age. The Shogun was in production from 2006 until 2021 in production. The Outlander Sport, some call it ASX, since 2010. And the Mitsubishi Delica since 2008 or 7 or probably 6. And then you got to think about other lineup. The Outlander since 2012. And these numbers are getting really bad, doesn't it? The Shogun Sport though is new, 5 years old, and the Mitsubishi Expand is fairly new. That's not surprising. But the fundamentals of the lineup is freaking old. That is my concern with Mitsubishi. Now Toyota can get away with that because Toyota is a high-end luxury brand, and I tend to ignore those things because they're a high-end luxury brand. Remember, when the current gen Land Cruiser came out in 2007, no GMC Yukon XL was close for the level of standard or build quality of the Toyota Land Cruiser. So it's not still, for me, not yet. So end of the day, I presume Toyota can sell them in a long run. I don't really care about that. They can sell them in a long run. So there's no problem about it. But I have a few things to say before I end the video. This is the thing. Mitsubishi needs to understand that as enthusiasts, we know sensibility. We have given our enthusiasm away to many good things. So what we want from you is to give a fresh fleet of new vehicles and give us a Mitsubishi Evo. I'm begging you, Mitsubishi, please give us a Mitsubishi Evo. I mean, how much should we beg? Toyota gave us a Supra at least by basing on BMW, right? Why can't you give what the enthusiasts want for once? Toyota, give 2 luxury sports cars, please. Give it to us. As myself enthusiast, I always a Mitsubishi enthusiast and always will be. But how many people will stand by your brand? That's a question to be asked. So there's nothing more I can say really. I just hope they give what the enthusiast needs, because the Mitsubishi Evo defines what Mitsubishi is. So as I'm going to end the video, I'm going to say thank you for my viewers and my fans who joined me through these 2 seasons of KG Enthusiast and Enthusiast. And I have to say thank my Canadian fans, and I have to say thank you for enjoying my show. And of course, the next season will be resuming very, very soon. So please join me when it starts, because the next season is going to be a whole host of new things, new changes, and I will be starting with a very important, juicy topic. It will be controversial, but it's going to be juicy. So please join me on that show, and please put a like and subscribe to my channel, and please hit the bell icon. So thank you very much.